Toyah, would you like to come up and talk a bit about the film?
Toyah Willcox.
Hello.
Hello, we only have 2 microphones, so we're going to all share.
Yeah, I spent 3 days on this film, and
wow.
Simon spent 20 years.
Yeah,
So
well,
I feel a bit of an imposter, really.
No.
No, but thank you very much for coming.
I was honoured.
You're a special guest.
It was the best 3 days of my life, if I just... Sorry. I'm taking over.
It went smoothly.
Sorry.
So when you were shooting, how was did you set up all of that scenery yourself?
We were in what looked like a disused school in Coventry to me.
Yeah, it was.
Nothing had to be set up.
Yeah,
All the actors were on site. We just rehearsed. We shot the sequences. We all got on really, really well. I remember it was particularly good fun. Simon tried to explain the story, and the script was about that thick, and we had 3 days, so we just got on with it.
Right, I see. And so you were a psychiatrist in the film?
Yes,
yeah.
with a school that was about to be shut down, or a hospital care centre that was about to be shut down.
This is one of the things I was going to say. The film is, like a lot of sci-fi, it's quite political in a way. There is like some political... there are some sort of political elements to the film, and I think it's really the message of hope that you have in the film is really I don't believe in hope. And then it all comes back to the end. And also, you've left a lot of room for a sequel there, I think.
No, it's funny actually. 20 years ago, Chris Jones, my friend Chris Jones said to me, "Nuclear war, mate, it's old hat. Nobody does nuclear war. It's all about the environment. But no, it's all about terrorism." We'd always had the nuclear cloud hanging over us, and that hit me deep as a kid.
My husband said, "How much did it cost?"
The trouble is, I don't actually want to put a price on it because it devalues it.
Oh,
look, it does.
Your wife will love answer.
Is it? It was under $1 million. If I tell you that, it's all right. It's well under $1 million.
I want to ask a question, because I've been part of the film for 4 years, and we recorded the outro song last year, which I absolutely love doing, but I did not expect the quality of the artwork, the whole originality. This is not a cliched film at all. The internals of the spaceship and the attitude of the aliens towards us is not cliched at all. And I didn't expect that. You did not portray that to us as actors on the day.
No, you know what? I kind of felt I'll just give you what you need. Because I thought if you know too much, and to be honest, a lot of the film came together in the edit, especially the battle scene. I knew there was going to be battles and da 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 da. I had an idea for the political side of it, I'd almost had it. Do you know what I mean? It came together in the script, and there's a lot of little bits of voiceover that just connect it and that sort of thing. So I know that's wrong, really. You should have his script and everything, but
the spaceship was so organic. It was menacing. It was organic. The huge one. I mean, that is a demonic spaceship.
So original.
Yet it's the future of mankind.
Yeah. Well, Ian Whiston. This is how it works, guys. I needed someone to build a spaceship, and I had the little spaceships. The guy, a friend of mine who was a student when I met him, came and did some original concept for the little tiny spaceships with the pods on the bottom end. But I needed a mothership. He went off and did Rogue One and Godzilla, as you do, instead of staying with me. But anyway, and then I just found a guy from south of Birmingham. Actually, just said, "I'll do your spaceship." And I love him dearly, so he's not here. And he just built the spaceship, basically, and it was amazing. And I gave him lots of rope to go and hang himself with. It's fantastic. And that's what we came up with. Brilliant.
I think the political side of the film is quite interesting, because obviously you started with the idea in, 99? going through 9/11 to now, it's become almost more relevant now than it was when you started with the idea of
Donald Trump wasn't obviously president when and suddenly that everything changes.
But I think it shows how in tune you are with things actually. And again, and Toyah, I wanted to ask you really how it feels to be part of such an independent production.
I think it's amazing. I don't
know if you've done independent productions like this before.
I've done about 5 this year.
And it's like a sci-fi thing.
No, I haven't.
I
did Quatermass in '78 with Sir John Mills, but I don't think I've done a sci-fi since.
Yeah, I didn't think so. Didn't think it was really your genre, does it?
Well, I mean, I'm an actor. Actors don't really stick to genres anymore, but I just did not expect the end result and the support. I mean, Jonathan Ross texting today, support the movie, is so important. I mean, he's a friend of mine. He doesn't give easily. He doesn't need to do that. He doesn't need to do it. And it's just so important that he did that. My agents are watching it now. It's Shepherd's Bush View, and it's got such incredible presence for an independent, and I think that is phenomenal.
And the emotion behind the film, I think, is really what got me to love it. I love it.
Yeah.
That's it.
Wow. It's funny actually. I just in the last few days, all the reviews have come in, and there's been some absolutely lovely ones, but there's been some really horrible ones as well. And as I was watching the film, all I could think about was some of these really negative reviews.
Take it from someone who's had bad reviews for 40 years. The bad reviews say more about the reviewer than they do about the product. Ignore it. Just ignore it.
Can I just say, I've been a big fan of this lady since I was very young. Not young. And I was so honoured. I was so honoured to have Toyah on board. And I'm quite cheeky, as you may have guessed. When I asked her to do a song, I didn't think you'd say yes, and I was really very, very pleased to have the opportunity to do that.
It's the first song you've written, I believe. And my husband, who's an international superstar, said, "I love this song."
Wow.
I am saying that I can't take all the credit. He does most of the work here. And can I just mention Dave down here? Dave did an early draft of a song for the film. Sorry. But thank you, mate. Thank you for doing that. I really appreciate you. And big support as well. So.
And again, the score was original, wasn't it?
You know what? I used my gut instinct on all this, and this young guy kept badgering me on Facebook. But I listened to his music. I thought actually he's quite good. And I had Barrington Phenom was going to do it originally, who sadly died this year, I think a few months ago. He was going to do it, but I got nervous because I love Barrington Phenom, but I thought it's just going to cost loads of money. And so I thought, well, I'll give Ben a go. And I listened to his music, and I really thought about it. And he did a video online. He kind of opened his heart online about losing his girlfriend or something. So and I thought, this guy's going to give me 200%, and I could tell. I thought there's genius here, and I gave him a gig, and it was the best thing I did. It was fantastic.
I think he's done a great job.
When I said to him, "Can you do some sort of like 70s funk in a kind of Jeff Love, does Space 1999 kind of way?" And he was like, "Okay."
Great. Well, thank you very much. Does anyone want to ask any questions, Simon or Toyah? At all? Any questions?
That sequel.
Yeah, we want that sequel, yeah.
You want a bigger part, don't you? This lady here, Julia, is in the scene in the graveyard, and on the DVDs, you're in the scene that's cut.
Are you the lady in the graveyard?
She is.
Oh, well done.
Someone said it was like the scene from The Birds.
It is.
It is. It was like the scene from Hitchcock.
Yeah,
that's a good thing. But you're on the deleted scenes on the DVD as well. The Prime Minister scene we did during that.
Toyah, when are we going to hear the song on the radio?
Yes.
Well, I mean, the song's released. Is it on Spotify?
It's on everything.
Is it?
Yeah,
Okay.
exactly. Yeah, your man has helped me put it up there.
Good. I don't have the power to get things on radio. I think only the public vote, public popularity. If enough people download it from Spotify. The radio might listen. I mean, radio is more political than film, by the way.
Absolutely, yes.
Thank you.
Dance version.
There is a dance version.
There is hardcore dance.
Can I just say, as a long-suffering family member that's lived this film for,
My brother-in-law,
this guy has been absolutely fantastic. He has shown us all the way to go, you know, and he's stuck with it along the way through thick and thin. So well done, we're very proud of you.
Oh, thank you, Rob.
Can I ask, from the day you first completed the script, first time round,
Yeah.
how many times did you have to do rewrites or tweaks or whatever?
I gave up numbering them hundreds.
Really?
Seriously, yeah.
It just
And
evolved all the time?
yeah, I hit a point in 2008, after years and years of working on it, I thought, it's not working, it's become a pudding. And it started again. And I remember, I had the script there, page 1, and I just started again. It wasn't that, it was this actually. Page 1, and I just thought, what did I really want to make? What was it? And I went back to what the little boy in me that wanted to make this space film. You know, that was kind of what it became. So,
Good.
hundreds of drafts, I'm afraid.
And may I ask, is the sequence at the beginning, is that you? Little boy, is that you?
It might be.
Yeah.
Yeah, I used to, oh God, here we go. I used to hold spaceships up and out the
Yeah.
you know, there's a lot of truth in that film. A lot of truth. The dad and the car. My brother, when they were out in the street, and they heard a guy screaming. And this was in the late 70s, and all the kids ran over, and this guy because he used to work under cars in those days. The car had fallen on him, and it was crushing his ribs. And they all tried to lift it, and they couldn't. And there were about 8 kids trying to lift this car, and they screamed and shouted. And luckily, a guy ran up with his jack and jacked the car up, and they pulled him out. But I also thought, God, that must have been pretty scary. I wasn't there, annoyingly. But no, sorry. Sorry, but it always kind of affected me.
I was there.
Exactly. Yeah,
I think there's something to be said for that though. There's a lot of things that aren't shown in the film that are really essential to the plot.
Yeah.
To the point that I almost felt like I blinked and missed a really important. But all the emotion is there, but you feel like there's a lot of things you don't need to show that you don't show us.
Yeah.
Which I think is a really interesting element of sci-fi, that you don't show us the really like heartbreaking moments. You see the kind of
Suggestion.
before and after.
It puts it in your mind, and it's more powerful when it's in your mind.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
You know, we all a lot of films show you everything, and it takes all the takes it all away.
But I feel like about trailers now. Trailers show you absolutely everything now. You see the whole film in the trailer, and I don't watch them anymore because it will just ruin the film.
Yeah, it just gives you okay.
So you've kind of gone back to the origins of sci-fi. I think it's really cool.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Wow.
Really
Thank you.
Yeah.
Any more questions?
Joking apart, had you already come up with the idea of making it that the aliens were trying to save the world sooner than destroy it? 'Cause that was a bit of a shocker, actually.
Yeah, was it? Yeah. I can't actually remember, to be honest. I vaguely remember a period of going, what if? Because I was thinking, how can I turn everything on its head? Because I was very aware of not doing a cliched sci-fi movie and not copying anything else. I wanted it to be very original, and I think it came there somewhere. There was originally a little girl that was also abducted, and it was, but then, and the parents were really upset about her, having been taken. But then Madeleine McCann was taken. This is how long ago it was, and I just thought, I don't know if I want to go there really. But it was around about that period, which was probably, I don't know when that was.
Again, you're kind of developing a whole of the plot there, and
going in
a whole.
So.
Wow. It's really interesting.
Any more questions? Or do you want to go home? Hello there.
Hi. Well, first, Toyah,
please.
your character Monk in Ophelia. I think it's one film I watched all the time, so it's really great to see you here. Simon, I remember following all your... Sorry. You can both answer.
Yeah, go on.
I remember following all your posts on Facebook and on your feeds as well. And then you decided to change the name from Kaleidoscope Man 2. Invasion,
Where's
which I
Jane?
thought was really great. I'm just intrigued to know,
Do you know what? We did the test screenings, and we did 4 test screenings, and they all went really well. But it nagged me for a long time. And I was thinking, Kaleidoscope Man, yes, it's very creative. But what it does, for one, there's no women. For me, it cuts out 50% of our audience and also it suggests that Kaleidoscope Man is somehow going to save the day, and he doesn't. And initially he did, you see, but in this version he doesn't. And also I was trying to sell it, and I'd been to loads of distributors, and I was just getting rejection. And I spoke to Chris Jones, my friend, about it, and he said, "Why don't you call it Battle of Space or something?" And I thought about it. Well, maybe. And I always liked him, but I was going to call it Invasion Earth originally, but there was a TV show, and I thought, what about Invasion Planet Earth? And I started drawing the doodles on the. And I thought, well, actually, that's not bad. And then when I pitched it to this sales agent, they were like, "That'll sell everywhere. That'll do the job." And I thought, well, I need this film to be successful. I owe loads of money to people, so and seriously, that was my kind of agenda. I do actually want to pay people back, like Rob up there, bless you, like Dave down there, and there's a bunch of other people that I owe money to. Sorry, guys. So yeah, so that was why I changed the name, Steve.
And Duran never had anything to do with it?
I was wondering about that. Yeah.
I directly remember you were out for a walk and you were going, Invasion Planet Earth.
Yeah.
Duran make an appearance in the opening.
They do it. Well, I couldn't have Toyah's album. I couldn't really have Toyah's album inside it. So no, I'm a child of the 80s. I loved Duran, and I'll say that proudly. And Toyah knows them all. I mean, Toyah here. No, I absolutely love Duran and I've been a fan. And in fact, there's this shot at the beginning when you see the Rio album there. But when I shot that, George Michael had just died, and I loved Wham as well. And if you look carefully, George Michael is just popping his head down behind the album. It was my little, homage to two great icons of, of 80s music. I'm looking at you, Toyah.
I did want to ask, did you do all the storyboarding yourself as well? That was in the documentaries, like drawing up little sketches?
No, here's what happened. My nephew Steve came to me and said, he was a teacher at the local college, and he said, he's art teacher, he said, "There's this amazing kid, you've got to meet Matt."
No.
He brought Matt Alsop in, who and he was 17, 18, he was an incredible concept artist, I mean incredible, and I thought, he's like Ralph McQuarrie, who did the original Star Wars. Anyway, so gave Matt loads of money, I paid him a little bit of a wage, and he came up with some fantastic designs, and he created what the film was going to look like. It was amazing. And he came in for about 2 months, and he did loads and loads of images. Then, the money collapsed, the company went pear-shaped, and I had to kind of start having to work properly for a living for a while. Matt then went to London, got in with Gareth Edwards, suddenly he got on Godzilla. Then from Godzilla he got the first Star Wars, Force Awakens. Then he got Rogue One. And then suddenly the Godzilla 2 are going, he's on Solo, the Han Solo film. Godzilla 2 pay him a fortune and make him a producer, and he's like 26 at this point.
Wow.
So he's had a fantastic career. So I'm very pleased.
Well, you have taste, obviously.
I'm really pleased. He's a good lad, and he deserves this great success. So anyway, how are we doing?
Any other questions for anyone?
Hello.
I forgive you.
Yeah. She gave me a hard time. You hurt me and ran away. No, that's all right. It's all right. That was good. There was a lot of passion about. You weren't the only one. God, yeah. When I announced that I was doing it, I got some quite. People were quite shocked I was changing the name of the film. So, yeah. See, the thing about having really great people that have backed the film, they were engaged, and and it was important. The whole thing was important, wasn't it, to everybody? They were like. They feel like a
great project.
Yes, that's fantastic. You've got loyal fans. You've got very loyal fans. I was amazed at your fans.
Yeah, but I don't change the names of my fans. I actually agree with your name change, because I did a horror this year, and I was absolutely surprised that the director I worked with, the horror I did was Doll's House. This director makes 6 movies a year, and I said, how do you get your funding when I'm surrounded by people who are desperate for funding? He said, horror just sells worldwide. And I think you changing the name into a very identifiable sci-fi name is going to just help the film so much. You need to put it in the genre it belongs.
Do you know what's happened recently? I can tell you now, but basically because I've got distribution here, I've now got an American, British distributor that's distributing it in Walmart in America. 18,000 DVD orders, and they said, Invasion Planet Earth, and you stick a spaceship on the front of the city. It is selling out, I guess. But then I thought, well, they're going to watch the film. Hopefully, they're going to like it, and you know, then it just helps me more for future things for another 20 years.
Well, we are so grateful to have you here, and thank you, Toyah, for coming. Honestly, it was an absolute pleasure to watch your film. Thank you so much.